Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by today. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite palettes for fall. This video I've actually had on my mind for a while. I remember Diary of a Beauty Guru Wannabe did, I think, her top palettes for spring, and so this has always been on my mind for fall because I feel like I have my fall palettes, I have my summer palettes, and then everything else I just use all year round. So I put together 10 of my palettes that I think are perfect for fall. Of course I use them all year round, but also I've seen quite a few people doing this recently. I've seen Amy Loves Makeup, Karen Harris, I think Katie Marie, I could be wrong about that, and I saw Steph Lyons do it today. So I am filming now, so I decided to film it. And let's just hop right into it. These are 10 palettes that you can use and shop your... The point of this is really just to shop your stash. You don't need to be always buying makeup. Labor Day sales are happening right now as I'm filming it. So, you know, these are just some palettes to get you inspired, see what you have in your collection. So first up, I think I've seen this in basically every video I've seen lately on this topic, and that is the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. I got this for my birthday from my boyfriend, and I have to be honest, I think Juvia's Place is a little overhyped. I am not super impressed. Like, I love these shadows, but I'm not like overly impressed by them. Like, if Juvia's Place put out another palette I was really drawn to, I would get it, but I'm not like dying to have every palette Juvia's Place puts out. I find the shimmers a little lackluster. The mattes are just fine mattes. But I do like this palette despite all those negative things I just said. I love this color story. It is such a beautiful, I just think of, it's fall in a palette, like the brownie tones, the brownie greeny tones. Oh, Paulina Beauty did a video on this as well. Sorry, just want to shout her out because I love her channel. The green tones and the oranges and the gold, this like greeny, pukey brown shade are just so beautiful. And then you have the two brighter pops of green. I just love this palette. It's so beautiful. And then this shade right here is kind of like a light cream to like light green duochrome. Oh, it's so pretty. This is such a great palette and I can't wait to get so much use out of it. Next, we have one of a few Menagerie palettes in this lineup, and that is the Feral palette. I bought this for myself for my birthday, and I just love this. I feel like this is the perfect summer to fall transition palette because you have the bright pops of pink and purple and this pink shimmer, this blue teal shimmer, but then you have like more grungy mattes and the green mattes, these kind of more on the line of grungy. And I just think this is, sorry about the mirror, I just think this is so beautiful and a great transition from summer to fall. Let's just get all my Menagerie palettes out of the way. All of the Menagerie palettes I own are in this video. So I used this partially today. I used the shimmer. This is the Killer Purr palette. This is like a beautiful neutral palette with a twist because you have this green tone, this orange, this blue, this like purpley brown. And yellows, of course. You guys know I love yellows. I feel like yellows and oranges are just like perfect for fall. And it is just, I don't know what to say other than I feel like this is a great fall palette. I got this look today with that. I could have probably done this look with the mattes in this palette, but I was trying to use my Pan Those Shadows, which if you guys don't know, I'm doing updates on my Instagram for right now. I think I'm going to pull it into video format next year, but for right now, it's just on Instagram. And yeah, I love this palette. It's such a great neutral palette for me, you know? Then we have the Whale Song palette, which is so beautiful. It's got so many grungy greens, like this green, this green, this green, this green, this green. Like, it's actually mostly greens with a few blues and this pearl shade. I just think grungy greens scream fall to me, and it's just so pretty, and I love the grungy green looks I can get, or the grungy, almost like grungy blue green looks I can get from this. It's just a beautiful thing. I also kind of associate blues with winter, so this not only is a great fall palette, but a great like fall to winter palette. Obviously, I use this all year round. I love blue eyeshadow, as you guys know. Blue and yellow are my favorites. So yeah, this is another great palette to pull out of your stash if you have it. Okay, how about, okay, I have 2 ColourPop palettes. One is a 9-pan. This is the Just My Luck palette, and so I'm going to repeat myself again. Grungy greens. You got, this is not the grungiest green palette out there. Like, if I think of a true grungy green palette, I think of the Gimme Glow Juicy Olive, but you can definitely get a grungy green look, and green, I don't know. I just feel like it's not super bright greens, they're more muted tones. So again, muted tones, I think of fall, so this is another great one, and very affordable, or super, you know, I guess affordable depends on your situation, but $12 right now. They're on sale for $9 during the Labor Day sale, and I'm sure they'll have a Black Friday sale, so you can always pick it up then as well. Then I have the Yes Please palette. Now I forgot to put in the one shade that's missing. This is just a cream shade I'm trying to pan. I put in a magnetic palette. I cannot speak. I did rearrange my palette. I put all the mattes and then the shimmers at the bottom. This is like the changing leaf color palette. It's got browns, it's got oranges, yellows. It just is like the changing of the leaves palette for me. And you guys know I love these tones. I love warm tones. This is a great neutral for me palette. It's a mess. This used to be where the brown shade was. I have, you can't really see it, but so this shade is, it's got huge pan in it. These two have pan, and then this one I have the tiniest little baby pan. Yeah, you can see there. So I've got quite a few pans in it. A possible contender for my pan that palette next year, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, if I didn't say already, this is the Yes Please palette. Next is actually a bundle, and that is hosted in a ColourPop palette, but it's actually the Sydney Grace Danny's Dream bundle. You can ignore these 3 shades. These are all my Sydney Grace shadows. This is the Danny's Dream bundle. Again, grungy greens. They're so pretty. I picked these up in the Christmas in July sale, and these are really great. I've never tried indie mattes before, and these blend like a dream. The shimmers, not my favorite, but really beautiful. I highly recommend Sydney Grace if you have not checked them out quite yet. Next, another palette I could have probably used to get a similar look to this, and it's the Naked Honey palette. I got this on sale, and I'm so glad. How can I do this? I'm so glad I did. It's just like beautiful goldeny orangey tones, and again, I just think of fall. I think of, I don't know. This is such a great fall palette. Again, a great neutral for me palette. This is a great Urban Decay formula. I know their palettes are hit and miss, but I am so intrigued to try the Stoned Vibes palette, but I'm not buying it because I know it's gonna go on sale at some point. So maybe in a few months I'll pick it up. The reviews I've heard are pretty good, but the mattes seem to be not the best, especially because one of them is a satiny kind of formula. So for a companion palette, I wouldn't want to pay that much for it. So yeah, anyway, Naked Honey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you've been eyeing this, I'm sure it's going to go on sale again soon, especially around Black Friday. So I highly recommend if you've been eyeing this. 2 palettes left. I'm actually going through this pretty fast. Of course, the classic Modern Renaissance warm tones. I mean, mine is a mess. I have 3 finished shades. Vermeer is so close to being done. These orangey tones, these red tones. Oh, it's such a beautiful palette. I love it so, 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 so much. Oh, look at all that pan. The only pan or shade I need to hit pan on is this Red Ochre, which I will definitely be reaching for more now that it's fall time. Red is probably the shadow I gravitate toward the least. But yeah, everyone knows this palette. I love this palette. I love the color story. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I feel like compared to other palettes, the quality of this goes downhill really, really fast. I noticed that with, okay, so I haven't tried that many powder products from Anastasia, but I had the Moonchild Glow Kit, and that lasted around 2 years as well. 2 years is when I noticed that this quality started going downhill. That only lasted me 2 years. It started to smell, so I had to throw it away. unfortunately, because it was beautiful. So I don't know that I would ever, right now I'm not buying from Anastasia, but I don't know that I would ever repurchase from them again because their powder products just don't last that long. So at the end of the year, I'm actually going to get rid of this despite however much or how many shades I finish. I'm going to be retiring this. I might hold on to it for a little sentimental value, but yeah, this is a great fall palette if you have it. I know so many of us do, just because it was so popular. But yeah, definitely a good one to pull out. And lastly, I have to go with the Ultimate Fall Vibes palette. One of my most beautiful favorite palettes I own. Oh my god, it's upside down. The Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. Oh, everything about this is beautiful. I love witchy things. I love witchy vibes. I love it so much. So if you guys have never seen this, it looks like a book. It says Moonspell, this binding of the book, and then it comes out and you have these beautiful like witchy symbols. You have these beautiful gold foil drawings. It looks like a book on the side and a little lock. Whew. Before I open this up, oh my god, first off, I'm dying to try a Lunar Beauty highlighter, but they've been sold out forever. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, I think Manny tweeted about like how he's like so pumped for his holiday collection this year, and I hope it's another Halloween collection because I love the quality of this. This is super, super reflective, so the only thing is I do wish it wasn't a gold interior, but what can I say about this that you can't just see visually? You've got your grungy green tones, you got your grungy orangey warm tones, you got some neutrals. This is like a rose gold color. Purples, I think of Halloween, so these are definitely fall for me. It's beautiful. I love this palette. I love that you can get so many different looks out of it. You can get the green tones, you can get the bluish tones, you get the neutrals, you get the purples. Like, you can just do so much variety with this palette. It's such a good color story, and the theming behind it is so good. This was my first Lunar Beauty purchase. I have the blush palette on its way to me. My boyfriend picked it up for me for our anniversary. He asked me what I wanted, and I was like, well, this is restocking, and I've wanted it for like months. So I love Lunar Beauty. I'm so excited to see what Manny puts out for his brand. I'm dying to try one of his glosses. I just want to try everything. Also his highlighter. So anyway, I think you can still get this on his website. So if you can, and this story or this color story intrigues you, I highly recommend doing it. It's a little expensive, but I think I bought this at Sephora actually when he was sold there, and I think I got it during the 10% off VIB sale, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that. So I got a little bit of a discount, but also I'm gonna have this like forever. Like, even when the quality is no longer good, I will have this out like as decoration. Like, this is the vibe I love. So I kind of saw it in that regard and justified the price of it. So those are my top 10 palettes for fall. Of course, one of those was a bundle, and a few of those you can no longer get. Actually, I think the only one you can't get is the Try palette from Juvia's Place. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your top fall palettes down below in the comments. I would love to hear. I am banning myself from buying eyeshadows, but it doesn't mean I can't look. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.